Welcome back to Bcast. This is episode 6. My name is Bryson Sessions. And real quick, 6 rules of the podcast are: can't tell a soul about the first 100 episodes, can't record with anybody else, has to be completely solo, just me. Each episode must be a minimum of 20 minutes long. There must be a lesson or a new perspective or or something given in each episode for you, the listener, to take away. I have to commit to at least 5 podcasts uploaded per week to Spotify. And we'll figure out the other platforms. And then no edits or cuts in anything unless I have to take a shit. And also, I apologize in advance if you can hear the loud-ass vacuum going on in the background. I did a couple mic checks and tried to adjust some settings to make that as inaudible as possible, but it is still there, so if you're listening in a really quiet space and you can hear everything, I apologize, but I'm committed to these podcasts, so you're going to get the vacuum episode today. So, dude, Phase 1's kicking my fucking balls. It's just so much. I signed up for so much shit here. My 3 additional tasks, I talked about this in episode 4, I think. My 3 additional tasks just take up so much more time than I anticipated, you know. I got the podcast and then writing, which is probably total about an hour, and I got 20 minutes of stretching, and then I got writing 10 things I'm grateful for in detail, 7 of which are from current life, 3 of which are from my future life that hasn't happened yet. So kind of doing some the vacuum's off, kind of doing some manifestation, you know. And it feels really good to think about things in that way in the future, regarding the future, and thinking about what I'm grateful for then. It makes you think about things a little bit differently. I also just did the 10 minutes of dedicated visualization for Phase 1, and dude, that shit is magical. You know, I put on some meditation music as well, and then I'll look at some photos and trying to build a vision board and print them out and put it on my wall so I can see that 24/7. But for the time being, I've just been going through the files on my computer. Today was a Lamborghini, a yellow one, fully committed to a yellow Aventador or a Huracan, but by the time I end up buying one, I'm not sure what the newer models or what I guess an acceptable used model. I don't know. We got so many different things to worry about other than, I guess, the model, but it's interesting to think that if I get one of these in 8 years or 10 years or 15 years, what the models would be, because the models now, I think, are badass. So kind of just daydreaming over the current models, but yeah, who knows, man? Who knows? I mean, the Lamborghinis from 20 years ago, 15 years ago, just look silly pants to me, dude. I like the exotic new supercar looking shit. I'm not a car guy. I'm not a car enthusiast. Don't know shit about cars. Don't know mechanics on cars. Nothing, bro. Changed my oil once. Changed my tire a couple times. I don't give a fuck, bro. Pay someone to do it for me. That's me. It's not me. But anyway, I've been doing Phase 1, man. Today's day 3, and I'm just slammed from the moment that I wake up to the time that I go to sleep. I'm supposed to be going to bed in 10 minutes. I still got about 2 hours worth of shit to do. So, and that's not poor time management. That's literally just what I signed up for, and it's a good feeling on the flip side of everything, because I'm committed. You know, there's no thought in my mind about quitting or not doing this shit. And I don't necessarily feel bad or down or anything about the way I'm doing shit right now. I actually feel incredibly good despite the little bit of stress and frustration that I have from being so far behind on a day-to-day, from not completing shit on time or when I want to. I did spend a little bit of time today helping my uncle with the basement, so that took about an hour and 15 minutes out of my day that could have been spent getting my tasks done. So actually, I'm going to pull it up, see what I got left for the day. So for 75 hard, I need to drink 32 more ounces of water. I think I need about 150 more calories, which is great. And then I need to record this podcast, write 2 pages, and then stretch for 20 minutes. And that's my 75 hard day. As for normal life, got to follow my diet, which is 100 more calories, finish that water, podcast pages, stretching. And then I'm going to continue tracking my nutrition and set out all my shit for tomorrow, my backpack, clothes, shoes, everything, get it ready to go so that I can walk right out the door when I wake up. Well, actually, showered, all that shit. But it just makes it so much easier, dude. Prepping the night before is such a hack. It's such an underrated hack. And then no cheat meals, no alcohol, no social media, and then a few other personal ones, which I am for sure going to do. So, and I got to do all that in 10 minutes if I want to get my 7 hours of sleep. So, fuck, man. There's my uncle. So, fuck, man. It kind of sucks because I don't got much time to do other things. And it's also a different kind of dynamic that I'm experiencing. So, I don't have time to do these other things that I want to do, but I also don't even want to do them. And those things for me currently are watch NBA, game a little bit, relax, just kind of hang out a little bit, not really do much. But I don't necessarily even want to do those things. I want to get this shit done. It makes me feel good when I accomplish these hard tasks and the things that I committed to, you know? I mean, to think about in the next 30 days when I complete phase 1, I'm going to have 34 or 33 podcasts uploaded, dude. It's fucking awesome. Well, I think it'll be like 26. That's what I committed to, 5 per week. And I want to space them out. I don't want to try to upload every single day at the moment. I do want to space them out. So maybe I'll go weekdays only, and then I'll stockpile those weekend episodes and then put them on the next, just so. I don't know. Actually, I don't really have a reason, but committed to 5. That's rule number 5. Commit to 5 podcasts uploaded per week on Spotify. So yeah, that's what we'll just focus on that, man. That's what I wrote down. And 30 days of straight progress on the podcast recording. That's the goal. So I'll just focus on that. But it's awesome getting this shit done and just keeping these promises to myself, man. It's really all it boils down to. I talked about that a lot yesterday in episode 5. And I think that episode 5 does conclude the 75 Hard series for now. I mean, so here's the other thing. When I record these episodes, I don't go back and listen to them at all, actually. So not only am I recording and putting all this shit out for literally 0 people. Let's check the analytics real quick to make sure that that's still true. It is still true. We've got 1 listener here. Between the ages of 23 and 27, they're a male, and they've listened on Spotify for podcasters. Wonder who that is. It's me. But I guess if you... here's the other thing, though. Where did I see that? Hold on. It's got some cool... Let's see. This right here. I've got 69 impressions, and I definitely haven't clicked on this shit 69 times. So people are seeing that... oh, you know what? Latest episode. You got 1 play. Is that today? No, it is pretty cool because I have 69 impressions, and I definitely have 69. That's a good one. And I definitely haven't scrolled on Instagram to find my own podcast 69 times, which is really cool. It says 2 from Spotify Home, which is me because it's on my thing, and then Spotify Search 69, and Spotify Library 10. So the 10 and 2, that's me, but the Spotify Search. So I don't know what that means. They searched something, and mine popped up. I think that's what that means. I'll actually just refresh it to 81. That's what it's been. 81, dude. Kobe. 81 people looking at my shit, bro. Probably didn't listen because it's dude. Fuck. My name is Bcast. God damn, bro. My episodes are called. Let's see. We just got a numbers 1, 2, 3. Just start part 1. Just start part 2. That's funny, man. It's going to be fun to look back at this and when I'm on episode 100, man, which is literally in 3 months. That's crazy. All right, anyway, I kind of want to dive into this episode now, which is kind of what I was already talking about, which is doing the hard shit and making you feel good. So I'm also not prepared. I'm going to have to pull something up here in a sec, but the theme of the episode today is doing the hard shit, and I have to sign in my goddamn email, bro. I just switched to Chrome, so I gotta... Give me 1 sec. See. Give me a notification on this device. Yep. See, you want me to cut this out of the podcast, bro? Nah, this is quality. All right, let's type in this code. Hold on a fucking minute. Signed in, and I'm in. Damn, dude, the first thing I see is more than 10 dead, dozens hurt in Maine mass shooting. Dude, I'm so fucking tired of these mass shootings. So sad, dude. Man. All right, guys. Well, not to be a downer, we're going to get back here. So, again, what I was talking about was doing hard shit is really how you escape that feeling of being down and depressed. And I hate the word depressed. I think too many people try to swing that word around and identify with it. I'm not going to judge or anything if you are depressed, because that is a real thing and people really do suffer from that shit. But I would have to say, and maybe this is just my personal experience, but no wonder you're depressed, man. You ain't doing shit in life. You have nothing to look forward to. You're not challenging yourself. You go to work, you come home, you sit on your ass. That's it. Of course you're depressed, bro. What's there to look forward to? You ain't living a life. No wonder why you feel like shit, dude. No wonder why you're depressed. And call it what you want, but being sad, down, discouraged, whatever, at such a deep level, that sucks ass, dude. And I'm not saying I've been the saddest or the most depressed, because people have gone through some dark, dark shit. I've gone through my own dark shit, and it's hard. It was hard for me. I got through it, and here I am. And I've never once called myself depressed. And even with certain people around me saying that I was depressed, saying that my symptoms were depression, I just still said, I just think that's bullshit. There's no fucking way I'm depressed. I have nothing to, and that example that I just gave earlier, that was all me. Didn't do shit in life, came home from work, from 10 hours of work, talked to nobody all day, came home, sat on my ass, ate some frozen pizza bullshit, played computer games on my PC, and went to bed, woke up, did it again, didn't socialize with anybody, didn't have anything to look forward to. Dude, my life was shit, bro. Because of my choices, because of my decisions to not act and do shit. Now my life is fucking awesome, dude, and I'm stressed out of my mind trying to get all these things done in the next 3 minutes. Otherwise, I'm not getting my 7 hours of sleep. But dude, I like that, bro. I like knowing that I'm that committed to getting this done and out there that, sleep's going out the back door, So, again, wrote some points here that I want to talk over, and I'm going to try to get better at transitioning and segueing through these without saying, okay, we're going to hit on point number 3 here, guys. And I wrote, so getting the I want to try to not do that shit. So that's going to be the next focus. Ooh, just ate the mic. It's going to be the next focus of the program, or of podcasting here, is to transition through shit better, easier, more fluid, and make it sound good, and make it sound like it's rehearsed, make it sound like I'm not reading shit, So that's kind of the goal. So we'll get there, but I want to be really transparent with my goals and shit regarding all of this, because when I look back at this, and maybe somebody who wants to start podcasting 2 years from now, if you're listening to this in 2025 and you're wondering how to start, dude, this is what I'm doing. This is literally how I'm starting. You can consider this the first 100 episodes just a giant documentation of the process of me starting, which sounds great, I think, but I think doing 100 episodes every single day, one episode every single day for 100 days, that doesn't give you a good time frame of life for me to get much of anything done. I mean, 100 days is a long time, but not much is going to change in my life to where I all of a sudden have this massive business and this huge story and blah, blah, blah to, I guess, segue the podcast into that type of thing. So right now, I'm going to go on record here and say that this is just one giant documentation of 75 hard, discipline, what's up, Ant, and choosing the hard path, staying committed to myself, my goals, keeping the promises I make. Just one giant documentation of that on a day-to-day basis for the next 100 days, and we'll go from there. I have no idea what the plan is after that, but we don't need a plan for that because we're not there yet. And maybe on episode 95, we'll start thinking about what we can do so I can get a little bit planning going. But right now, bro, I'm a whole fucking 3 months away from that shit. And it ain't no need to worry about any of that right now. So we're going to focus on today. And that is episode 6. And that is how you escape the feeling of feeling like a loser and not coughing during mid-sentence. It's awesome. So today, we're gonna restart that, bro. Not cutting because I ain't a bitch here. So today's episode is going to be about how you escape the feeling of feeling like a loser and how you get shit done. And that's pretty much what 75 Hard taught me and proved to me. So here's the thing. So I got some points here, and I just said I wasn't going to say that, but I did. So I'm already kind of falling back. It's all good. But yeah, how you escape that feeling of feeling like a loser is how it's done. Okay, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm trying to read this and I'm fucking up. Let's try this again. I'm just gonna read it, bro. We'll get there. How you escape that feeling of feeling like a loser is getting hard shit done. Now I don't know why I had five strokes, trying to say that, but it did. It's all good. But it's, dude, and here's the thing. So yeah, how you escape that feeling like a loser, is getting hard shit done. And 75 Hard taught me and proved to me that this is true. And the reason why I say that is because so like I just said, in Colorado, when I was living out there and in Arizona a little bit, I wasn't doing shit with life, period. End of story. I wasn't doing anything. And I was down and depressed, bro. Okay, again, don't want to say, so when I say depressed, I'm just referring to being sad. I'm not referring to what actual depression for real people who really have it is. But for the sake of this, it's much easier to say depressed rather than very sad, discouraged, and down about life. And I wasn't sure why I was, that's just, so if anybody gets offended about that, I sincerely don't mean that. It's easier to say. So, oh man, I'm going to get canceled on episode 6. That's crazy, dude. Okay, but anyway, what's really cool about this, though, is I wrote a lot of this a couple days ago because I was writing notes on how I could segue from the 75 Hard series to this. And even though I'm still kind of talking about 75 Hard, I'm kind of, I don't know. But I wrote all these little points here, and then I get an Andygram from Andy Frisella. And if you don't know what that is, it is because Andy Frisella doesn't post on Instagram or social media anymore. His posts come in the form of email. And they are just a kind of a I don't know, like an Instagram post type deal. There's a photo and then there's a caption. And the captions are written very, very Andy Frisella-y, just one-liners, 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7 examples of whatever it is. Don't do this, 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 and you'll have this. No, I'm not talking shit at all. I love reading these. I've learned to love reading them more and more. The more I turn to the side of personal development, almost as a full-time job here. And I think I found it here. I just want to read what he says. Let's see. Is it this one? All right. So I'm just going to read it verbatim here. This is Andy Frisella's Andygram from October 24th. So yesterday, it's titled Stop Living Passively. And it says, be aggressive. I can still hear my dad pounding this message into my brain in our pregame talks growing up. The reason so many of you struggle with fear and anxiety is because you are the opposite of aggressive. And so this is how I'm tying it into Colorado and me being and not doing shit. You live passively. You wait for things to happen instead of dedicating everything you have to making them happen. You react instead of act. There will never be a peace of mind or security living like that. You are just existing, waiting for the next big thing to happen, and it does. This is the root of a lot of mental health issues we see in society today. Humans were built to move forward and create. They were not meant to be passive and wait. If you want to feel better immediately, and this is the one that hit home, if you want to feel better immediately, get off your ass and go do something hard that's productive toward your future self. If you're constantly focused on moving forward and you know you're never going to stop, what do you have to be afraid of? If you aren't afraid, how can you have anxiety? How can you lose with that mentality? You can't. We all struggle sometimes, all of us. But we get over that we get over our pity party, we get off our asses, and we go build ourselves into motherfuckers we've always wanted to be. That's what we do. And Andy wrote all that. That's not me at all. I just want to clarify. Andy Frisella said that, not me. But it was right there, dude. Right there in the middle. If you want to feel better immediately, get off your ass and go do something hard. Okay, let's say this without fucking up, bro. If you want to feel better immediately, get off your ass and go do something hard that's productive towards your future self. It's fucking awesome, dude. And it's cool because I had these awakenings, if you want to call them that, of what he just said. And maybe I've heard that from somewhere else, but dude, I was feeling it for myself. It's it's awesome because it's one thing to I guess it's one thing to feel and discover something for yourself, and I guess feel it, or I don't know. It's one thing to discover something for yourself, develop an opinion, develop a stance on that, be confident in that stance that, hey, this is fucking cool. This is probably how you do it. I'm certain this is what the secret sauce is. It's one thing for that to happen, but it's another for you to say those things, and then literally days later, Andy sends out an email that says, hey, this is how you do it. It's almost like a giant verification right there. They're like, hey, yeah, that's exactly how you do it. That is that key. And so that was a aha moment right there for me, because I found that out for myself, man. And then lo and behold, Andy sends an email, pretty much the same thing. And ta-da, so it's fucking awesome, dude. I'm not sure how to explain it, because when I would always listen to podcasts and Andy and stuff like that, I never was doing much in life ever. And so listening to him talk about doing hard shit and feeling better and blah, 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 however he would say it, I never resonated with it because I didn't understand, dude. Doing hard shit, working my balls off, that's fun. That's going to make me feel better. I mean, I guess I connected the dots, but not so much so. I didn't think that I would feel that much better, so much so that I would be committing to literally everything I say I'm going to do, regardless if I get zero. That's awesome, dude. And I wish I would have gotten this sooner and learned it sooner and taken it in sooner, because now I'm 26 and now I'm just starting. And I know I'm still young as fuck, but how cool would it have been to start when I was 18, But I'm not going to cry over the past and look back over my shoulder. As Gary Vaynerchuk would say, all that looking back is fucking with your neck. So we're going to go ahead and just keep moving forward. So, but yeah, man, getting the task done on a daily basis, like with 75 Hard, with flawless consistency, kind of showed me the other side of the coin. Like, I just began seeing things differently, Life is fucking full of color when you're working hard to get shit done every day. You're putting in the work every single day, keeping the promises you make to yourself every single day. Every single thing that you put on that list of I got to get done today is getting done that day. Well, especially 75 hard tasks, because if you're not, you fail. But everything else is getting done too. And even if not, you're still putting progress into those things. I talked about this, I think, on episode 1 or 2. I'm not sure. But if you read 10 pages of a book, I'm not talking the program here, but if you read 10 pages of a book and you're laying in bed at night and you're like, fuck, I don't want to read, just pick up the book and read a paragraph. That's it. Guarantee you're going to want to go to a page, and that's probably going to be mid-sentence. You're going to go to the second page. That might be mid-paragraph. You're going to want to go to the third. And dude, it's just how that shit works, and it took me so long to figure that out. But that is how it works, and it's so fucking awesome, and it's such a great feeling to be able to just keep those commitments you make to yourself, dude, and to feel good while doing hard shit, and to want to do the hard shit, even though other parts of your life may lack a little bit for the time being, or there's not enough balance for you personally. A side note, balance is not the same for everybody, so don't shove balance down people's throats. That's all I'd like to say about that right now. Like, for real, shut the fuck up about balance, bro. We're all done with that shit. But anyway. Let's see here, dude. I'm trying to keep it flowing here, but I keep on actioning out of the thing. Yeah, I already mentioned this earlier, but it's all too easy to hear someone else say something and run with it, but it's a whole other thing to come to that conclusion yourself and then hear it from somebody else that you admire. So that was like my aha moment where I kind of found something out for myself, and then Andy went and said it. So kind of repeat myself and go in circles here, but I guess the take home here would be die or grow, dude. If you're not dying, you're growing. If you're not growing, you're dying. And that's it. So I think I'm going to conclude the episode for today. It was a little bit of a shorter one. I actually enjoy the longer ones. It makes you feel like I'm kind of putting more value into these things. But, there's some short ones, there's some long ones. So I'm learning as I go. I have a lot more to learn with all this shit. That's for sure. And if anybody's listening, which you're not, because I just checked the analytics, send me some tips or some advice on what you like to hear in podcasts and what you don't like to hear, and maybe I'll take some of those into consideration and try to upgrade the podcast a little bit. There's so many things I want to change and add here, but I guess I haven't made the time to go through and try to fix some shit and make shit better. Because I want to add music and songs. I want to get an intro. Honestly, dude, I'm almost certain my intro is going to be, hey guys, welcome back to the show. My name is Bryson Sessions, and I don't have a fucking intro today. And then we start diving in, bro. Because fuck those long-ass intros, dude. The stupid music, dude. That's so stupid, bro. I don't know. That's a whole other thing, because I listen to good music, as people who know me may know that. And if you don't, then you'll know. I listen to good shit. I don't listen to stupid shit. So anyway, I'm going to conclude the show with that one right there. And take-home point is doing hard shit is definitely how you feel better in life. That is the way to keep yourself from getting in that downer state of mind and feeling like shit. Like Andy said, if you're constantly moving on forward and you know that you're never going to stop, what do you have to be afraid of? If you aren't afraid, how can you have that anxiety? How can you lose with that mentality? And so I guess to reiterate what he said in a different way, if you're always moving forward and you know that you're not ever going to stop doing what you're doing and to move forward and doing the things that you need to do every day, committing to the shit you got to get done every day, if you don't ever stop doing that, you're not ever going to have anxiety. You're not ever going to have those doubtful moments of oh shit, I'm not sure if I can, because you're committed to everything you're doing everything you say you're going to do, and there's no question whether or not you're going to do it, bro. So how could you lose with that mentality? You're always focusing on moving forward and kicking ass. So you can't struggle, or you can't lose with that mentality. And like you said, we all struggle sometimes, all of us, but we get over our pity party, we get off our asses, and we go build ourselves into motherfuckers we've always wanted to be. And just one more time, those are Andy's words, not mine. Andy's a badass motherfucker that I aspire to be like one day. Similar to, we'll say. Got my own special sauce I want to cook up, so. All right, guys, that was a short episode 6. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you tomorrow with episode 7. And just for some transparency, not one fucking clue what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. But that's tomorrow's problem, because I got to go to bed 12 minutes ago. So, good night, sleep tight. See you tomorrow on episode 7.